So you're doing another podcast?
Yeah, I'm cheating on you.
Yeah, and you're telling me about it? You're foul.
I'm foul.
Yeah, you're foul.
I'm as foul as Heather Brooke after taking a 98 nut Bukkake.
What's worse, like cheating and like
cheating
and admitting it, or cheating and like hiding it? Because like you've been like.
That's a good question. Now, I wish we had Lindsay here to get female perspective on this. She can tell us when she comes back. Me? Before I ever got cheated on, I felt like cheating and hiding it was the better thing to do. Because I didn't want to hurt the person I loved. But then after it happened to me, and I found out, the way I found out was foul. So my ex-girl was pregnant. She told me she was pregnant.
Yeah.
I was like, alright. I'm like, this is a life changer. So like for like 24 hours, I'm like, alright, you know? Because I'm not a piece of shit. I'm not going to be like, yo, I'll get an abortion, or I'm not going to be around, right? So I'm like, alright, so I'm like situating my whole head in my life at that point for 24 hours. And then when I talked to her the next day and gave her a ring, I'm talking to her about some shit and like saying how I'm like, yo, ready, you know, like whatever.
An onion ring?
We gotta do whatever. An onion ring?
You said you gave her a ring? What's an onion ring?
No, I'm not Homer Simpson fan.
Okay.
But no, sorry, that's a sour cream and onion ring.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's from The Simpsons when he.
I think it was an onion ring. Just not regular onion.
No, I don't think it was like a deep fried onion ring. I think it was like a snack onion ring, like the ones you get like a Humpty Dumpty onion ring.
Or was it one of those candy rings like the?
No, it wasn't a candy ring.
Okay.
It was there was onion related to the ring in some sort. Either way, no, there's no ring mint involved. No. But basically, all I'm trying to say is the next day, I found out that it was potentially not my child because of the time frame, and someone else shit fucked in that time frame. So after that happened, I changed up my opinion because that had happened to me, and I think it's better to be honest about cheating than to not be honest about it. Because that's selfish. That's the selfish way of looking at it.
I think it's
selfishly, yeah, to do it and hide it is the best way. But to somebody who actually knows what that shit's like,
that has morals and has kind of like a
it's definitely better to just be honest about it. And if you're lucky, the person you love might fucking, you know, understand. Maybe they've been through it before or something, or they've cheated, and they might respect the fucking balls that it took for you to admit that shit on either side of the pool, whether male or female. And if it's meant to be, then they'll take you back. And if it's not meant to be, then move on. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a very touchy subject, but
what's your opinion, though?
I think it's better just to admit it.
Be honest.
Be honest. Like you said earlier in the podcast, like I'm a very honest person.
Yeah.
I don't like holding on to things because like.
That's the worst thing
like,
too, man. That shit eats at you.
And like even
you
like
act different. The way you move on a day-to-day basis is different. That shit changes your whole.
And like it holds space in your head that like that'll stretch you out over time. It holds space like, oh, is she gonna find out about this and blah blah blah. Like
I'll tell you one thing, man.
It holds space in your head. You don't want to have those demons.
I never had a bigger demon released off my conscience and a bigger weight released off my shoulders than when I admitted to my ex-girlfriend. And at this point, she was already my ex. Like, this isn't that last girl we're talking about. This is a different ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I admitted to her everyone I had ever cheated on her for and everything I had ever done in that sense. And even though we already broke up at the time and shit and all that, and like I'm not looking for forgiveness, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not looking to be forgiven, any of that shit. I was just being honest. And there was nothing like, even if she found out at that point, there was nothing that, it didn't matter, you know what I mean? Like, as if she was to find out through someone else or whatever, because like, there was nothing on the line for me, but nothing felt better than that, was to just be honest about that. Like, that weight off of my shoulder and my conscience was one of the biggest weights I had ever been relieved. And at that point, that's not even in a relate, like, that's not even, like, at that point, you're not even emotionally attached to it anymore like that, you know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to, like it was just about literally getting it out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was probably selfish as fuck, because it probably did more for me than it did for her, you know what I mean? If anything, it probably just pissed her off for the night, and me, I was like, I feel good.
Yeah, you get it off your chest, but
no. It
might hurt her for that night, but over the long run,
at that point,
over the long run, you're like, well, if she finds out another way, Like, oh, like.
At that point, if she found out another way, that's what I'm trying to say though. We were already broken up, so it wasn't even like that type of situation anymore. Like she already had another boyfriend, so it was already like past that kind of point. But still, that was one of the biggest wins ever.
In a situation when like when you're still with the girl, like let's say like she finds out that you've been cheating for like months, and it's like, wow, I've just been all this time that I've been spending with him and building with him, like it's like he's been cheating on me this whole time.
Yeah.
It's like it might hurt her right at, like when she finds out, but it's kind of worse holding on to it and then her finding out that you've been cheating for longer.
Well, no. Do you know what the worst part is about cheating? And it obviously, like, I didn't find out this way, but it took me to go through it to realize it. The worst part about cheating to somebody else is to have to find out through somebody else. If somebody else messages you like, yo, your man's cheating on you with this girl, she told me that you fucked him last night, or vice versa, yo, your girl.
I actually had a friend like
That's the worst, because you don't even trust. Like, that's the thing. If your partner comes up to you and tells you they've been cheating, yeah, that's gonna fuck up the trust. You're not gonna trust them anymore. That's gonna fuck shit up. But at least they were honest with you. They were the one that had enough balls to tell you. If that person that you've confided and put all your trust in cheats on you, and then you find out through somebody else, there's almost no luck of that chance ever rebounding.
Yeah, we're coming up to the end. I just want to tell this last thing about the subject we're just talking about. How I found out that a girl was cheating on me was
You seen a bukkake video on YouTube?
No, it wasn't on YouTube. It wasn't on YouTube. No, but
I'm just fucking with you.
A friend of mine.
I shouldn't say that on a touchy subject, but it's the podcast.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. But a friend of mine.
You just let me spill my heart for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And like be serious. I'm sorry.
So like, the girl that I was with was trying to hit on a friend of mine, and he told me, and he was like, "Yo, watch this." So like, I went over to his house. And he starts messaging her. She came over to the house where we were at, and like he was like messaging, saying, "Hey, like, let's mess around, let's, you know," he's talking to her all sexual and everything like that. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'll come over." And she came over, and then when she realized I was there, she was like, "Oh fuck," like, and I just broke up with her right there. I was like, what the fuck, like.
That's fucking awful.
You know?
Damn.
But at least I had a good friend that was gonna say, hey, like.
Yo, you know what though?
Told me about it and said, hey, like, at least he wasn't a shitty friend and just went and fucked her. And
No. That's solid, because most dudes, going back to what we were talking about, the thirst trapping shit earlier and thirsty guys, most guys wouldn't do that. Most guys would be like, yo, man, my man's girl trying to hit me up. Hit her up on the side, maybe smash.
Yeah.
So you gotta get a homie, you know what I mean? Because guys are more vicious than girls are, man. Girls can be vicious in today's world, but at the end of the day, I don't care how much guys want to demonize females and be like, gold diggers and this and that and at the end of the day, man, girls have a better, just by nature, moral compass than men, because men by nature
I agree.
are designed not to be monogamous. Men by nature are designed to bust nuts in everything that fucking walks,
right,
and reproduce as much as possible. The thing is, we live in a society in which you cannot maintain busting a nut in everything possible and reproducing with everybody, because you have legal obligations and financial obligations in which follow that. So you don't do that, but by nature, that is how you are actually designed.
Right.
There are very few monogamous creatures on the planet. Parrots are one of them. There's very few of them. But female human beings are one of them, typically. Now, whether a reason a woman cheats generally is because taintedness, whether they've been abused earlier in life or whether they've been cheated on so many times they don't trust men, trust issues, different things. Typically, a lot of times it has to deal with some sort of deeper rooting issue why women cheat.
Right.
A woman who doesn't have a reason to cheat generally does not.
like a lot of times when a guy cheats, it's like they're in a situation
where it arises,
and it arises.
they just act on it instead of declining it.
Yeah, it's like I find like if a guy cheats, he's kind of acting on the moment a lot of times. Not always, but like if a girl cheats,
she does it willingly and like
she's planned it. And,
yeah, she has. I would agree with that because any cheating woman I've known, and this is not even a shot at my ex, like but even though that actually does follow in this category too, but this just goes to other girls that I'm friends with who I've known who have cheated. It's generally a planned thing.
Yeah.
And if not planned, it's like, it's a built up thing. It's not just like I met this guy at the bar and fucked him because I was pissed at my boyfriend. It's like I was chatting to this guy online because I suspect my boyfriend was cheating for the last 2.5 months, so we built this up and we hung out a few times, went out for coffee, and then we went out and fucked. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a more premeditated thing. When a guy cheats, it's more generally, but you know, obviously there's things on each end, but